Welcome back to WizardPhD. It's Professor Lynette, and it is brilliant event time. Unfortunately, I have a doctor's appointment, so I won't be live. Well, I guess obviously you know this because it's in the future when you're watching this. But the good news is that I can successfully collect those 2 ingredients or portmanteau real quickly on the map. I have prepared by queuing up some potions so I can use the master notes. I think I timed it out right. It all depends on if I'm able to get 10 of the dark wizards, which I'm hoping because we will actually be out in the world by the time that the event starts. So I don't know, I guess you'll get to see this first part as a vlog because I need to know what's happening. I feel like we're gonna find out who is actually behind this surge. It's not Grim. I mean, I'm assuming because why would it be Grim? They're leading us to believe that it's not Grim. It's not Grim. Who is it? Let's go. I'm a passenger. Hello, or Jeffrey is driving me to my...
Welcome back to WizardPhD.
Oh yeah, welcome back to WizardPhD. Yeah, teach me how do I vlog anymore? This we're outside in the world. I'm not live streaming right now. I need to learn. Okay, Harry says, Constance, I'm sensing the calamity ramping up again. Dude, don't tell Constance. She's gonna tell Gareth. My God.
They're telling you though, so...
True. Wait, am I Constance in this situation? He's calling me Constance. The same hand seems to be guiding it, but it feels like it's narrowed its focus. Has a second surge begun? Kanye says, it appears so. This time, the surge seems centered on that antique shop in Nocturne Alley, Borgin and Burke's. If I didn't know any better, I'd say the calamity was looking for something. Y'all have done this for over a year. You don't think you don't think the calamity is looking for something by now? Come on. Do you think Grim Folly might be trying to tell us to investigate Borgin and Burke's? Oh, you know the port key? The port key has the bloody cards. I feel like, okay, now I have to like look at the port key situation here again. Like, because I feel like the port keys are also trying to communicate something. They are things from the calamity. I don't know. Harry says, it's certainly possible, but my gut is telling me that this isn't Grim's doing. ... Regardless, Muggle and Wizarding World alike are in danger. Wait, everyone's in danger is what he just said. So long as these dark artifacts and wizards remain unchecked. We must do everything in our power to put an end to this surge quickly. With any luck, we'll get some answers in the process. Oh, here we go, here we go. All right, I'm ready to pick up my ingredients or portmanteaus. Let's go.
I'm really looking forward to another Sporkle.
Oh, I got one piece. I was like, whoa, I just got a note piece.
Holy cow.
Sorry, I do this a lot.
Good.
I always scare Jeff. It often happens.
No, you didn't scare me. I was just excited. Did you read it? Did you click through it? Did it show you something?
What did it say? F's!
F's in the chat.
Wait, what did it say? No, it probably was like, oh, a mysterious note, right? Oh my God, I'm so mad. I'm so mad at myself for tapping through that. Oh no. The giant hand. Constance says, the more I see of this surge, the more convinced I am that the witch or wizard behind it is after something that either is or was at Borgin and Burke's.
This is how the underground was founded.
What?
Suspicion over Horcruxes.
What are they looking for? And perhaps more pressingly, why do I feel so compelled to give this giant stone hand a high five? So it's stuff like this where I'm like, okay, Connie is just a dork. Like, that was actually someone's theory about Constance. I was like, oh, she's just a bit dorky. But she throws in something about, like, laughing off how she was locked in an attic, or how she, like...
murdered 15 people.
Terrorized her neighbor Sylvia, or how she stood in Gringotts with Bethany.
Kills wild animals for fun.
Dark wizard. Okay, we gotta see this story. Oh, Minister Granger herself is here. The more I consider Grim's involvement in this surge... Did someone not give Hermione the memo that people don't think it's Grim? The more illogical the notion becomes. Grim's parents died at the hands of Death Eaters in the Second Wizarding War. Why would he influence the Calamity to snatch dark wizards, knowing full well what they're capable of? Hasn't she heard of revenge? Like, I mean, what are you thinking? What are you thinking? And also, they're not actually real, right? It is hard to wrap your head around, isn't it? Perhaps he felt he had no choice, or he has less control over these surges than we thought.
How dare you try to push Hermione Granger back onto this red herring Grimfoldy? How dare you?
Wait, but that's what... Okay, so Gareth did that in the last event.
I know he
did.
did.
That was where I was like, I bet you he's going to try to put it back on Grim. And he did. I hope you're right, Constance. I shudder to think what would happen if a truly dark wizard was able to manipulate the Calamity. Wait, so who's the dark wizard that's manipulating this? I feel like that's where the signs are pointing to a dark wizard is...
Definitely not...
GG. Let's go to our one favorite foundable who needs to be in fortresses already. The Dark Witch. Oh, hey, Winnie. Connie.
Morning.
Coming back.
Morning.
Poisonous candles. Why?
Wait,
No, this is the bug dialogue people were talking about.
that's the wrong one.
Yes, she's not a poisonous candle, she's a dark witch. I was so excited to learn about the dark witch. Oh my gosh. What if she's not a witch, she's a muggle who has infiltrated her way into the ministry? Somebody else commented that on my video, and I was like, whoa, wait a second.
Glitched. There is more.
There's more. Oh. Wait a second! Wait a second!
I think the AI just glitched.
Gareth says, and those with nowhere else to turn. There's something you ought to know. After the search for Penelope was called off, Grim was devastated. He purchased a cursed quill from Borgin and Burks with the intent of cursing Harry?
Get out
Gareth,
of town.
arrest
That is
him!
such a lie.
Arrest him!
That is such a lie. That is such a lie.
I need him to be apprehended.
Specifically Harry.
Fortunately, I found out and I was able to talk him out of it. Okay, so either Gareth was trying to curse, so Draco, sending all the cursed things to give to Katie, or whoever it was that got cursed to, give to Dumbledore and all this stuff. Oh my god. So, wait. Gareth could be trying to manipulate Grim and framing him. The problem is, he could also be lying straight up because Grim's in prison. He's not even here to defend himself.
Yeah, you know who Grim purchased this cursed quill to kill? Gareth.
You think that Grim...
Gareth,
Gareth.
Gareth.
But do you think Grim was trying to murder someone?
Yeah, Gareth. Because Gareth killed Penelope and committed
the
atrocities of the London Five.
I think that Grim working under Gareth could be that he knows Gareth did some stuff. Wait, I have to go revisit my Gareth Greengrass video because I'm pretty sure that there's
Lynette
stuff
hates
in there.
guys with beards.
Merlin's beard! How am I just now hearing about this? Because it's a lie, Constance Pickering. It's a lie. There's no... Wait.
Merlin?
You don't think that Constance... I don't think Constance is that great of an actress. Because, I just... She has to be, not in the loop, right? I know that it can go either way. This seems a little over the top, though. Oh my god! Okay, because I covered the whole... What else did you cover up, Gareth? Because I covered the whole incident up. He is in charge of this. Hermione knows he's smart. That's why she called him Spareth Mean Sass. She knows that he is capable of stuff, and he is projecting his lies and saying Grim is capable of all of these things.
Where are the children? Think of the children, Gareth.
No one got hurt, so I told Grim that no one need know. The poor man was beside himself with grief. He wasn't thinking straight. He'd suffered enough. Losing Penelope, I didn't want him to lose his freedom and children too. There is so much, if you think about the proportion of what people say, Garrett's dialogue is largely all about constructing this story about Grimm. He is the one that says everything about Grimm. He's always talking about the grief. He's talking about, like, all this stuff that Grimm did when he was working, or his performance, or all. He just talks about Grimm. That's all he does. Because he's, like, pushing it back on Grimm. Pushing it on Grimm. I hope he learned from the mistake, but now I fear he's gone and done something that can't be taken back. Everyone else on this team is like, Grimm didn't do this. We know for a fact Harry rode the waves. Gareth is the only person who keeps at it for Grimm as the number one suspect. We've managed to recover multiple pieces of this note now, but I can't make runespore heads or cruptails of what's written on it. Harry! It looks like some sort of runic script. Give me something to decode, please.
Hermione,
oh my god,
Hermione
is not Hermione. Oh my god. Harry probably knows. At some point he's going to figure out, he's going to be like, Hermione, there's something wrong with Hermione. Okay.
He is the one confunded.
Oh my god, stop. I don't recognize it, but I'd bet my wand Hermione here does. Oh my god, Hermione, please pop up. Please pop up. Please pop up. Curious, this appears to be a ciphered message. Yes! And it seems to employ a runic alphabet of sorts. Tell me what it says. Will you be able to decode it once we found all the pieces? Oh, we're not going to actually decode it because it's a mysterious note drop. I got so excited. Okay. Connie wants to know, are you going to be able to decode it? Possibly, but this code is awfully elaborate. Whoever wrote this note clearly didn't want just anyone reading it. I bet you it's Gareth. I bet he's controlling it. Which begs the question, if the note wasn't intended for us, as I suspect it wasn't, who was it for? It's for Gareth. Constance, do not tell Gareth anything. It was quite a challenge, but I managed to translate your note. Why can't we translate it? The contents are, whoa. They're troubling to say the least. In it, Lethifold details to Barghest, both code names. Oh, do you think it's the Dark Witch and the Dark Wizard? Do you think it's Grimm's kids? Do you think that's where they are? That they are the Dark Witch and Dark Wizard?
Talking to herself because she's become self-aware.
I'm assuming how they successfully used the Calamity to obtain some artifacts that had once passed through Borgin and Burks.
Oh my god. The Horcruxes. Voldemort is on the way, fam. Prepare your butts.
Prepare your butts. It's as I feared then. Others have discovered how to manipulate the Calamity. Did the note give any indication as to what that artifact is or what they want it for? Prepare. Okay, should I step back from the cam? Lethifold means something about the artifact possibly being what they need to bring them back and see their noble mission through. Uncomfortably cryptic, isn't it? You have something?
Well, I was thinking
Sherlock Holmes over here.
Bring them back could be the London Five.
Or...
But it feels like Voldemort. Up, I hit it.
No. Wait. So, but if it's them, bring the London Five back and see their mission through. Remember, because Zoe's in here. Zoe and Lee were talking about spies. So, like, what if the London Five were spies? If they were spies that infiltrated the Ministry.
What if the London Five were sent somewhere to do something, and now they're being brought back?
What if the London Five are
kill Harry as an infant?
No. What if what if they were sent to recover Horcruxes and then bring them back? Would that make sense? I've just recalled why Barghest sounded so familiar. That's what my muggle granddad called the ghostly black dog that supposedly haunted the churchyard he lived. Okay, Constance is so weird. Sounds rather like our omen of death, the Grimm, doesn't it? Hold on. Grimm? Could this letter have been intended for Grimm Folly? I cannot. I cannot with the density of these, like, people. So Constance is saying her granddad was a muggle. That's one piece of information. Lethifold, also known as Living Shroud. So I am reading Fantastic Beasts and where to find them. The Lethifold is a mercifully rare creature found solely in tropical climates. It resembles a black cloak, perhaps half an inch thick, thicker if it has recently killed and digested a victim. Oh my gosh, this is, whoa, the Patronus chart, what is happening here? Oh, the Patronus is the only spell known to repel the Lethifold, since it generally attacks, so spooky. Since it generally attacks the sleeping though, its victims rarely have a chance to use any magic against it. Once its prey has been successfully suffocated, oh my God, the Lethifold digests its food there and then in their bed. It then exits the house slightly thicker and fatter than before, leaving no trace of itself or its victim behind. And there's a little footnote that says, the number of Lethifold victims is almost impossible to calculate since it leaves no clues to its presence behind it. Easier to calculate is the number of wizards who have, for their own unscrupulous purposes, pretended to have been killed. Have been killed by Lethifolds. Actually, no, that doesn't make sense.
I don't like this.
I was trying to think of, like, what if someone, like... Oh, God. This is too much. This is too much. There's more details here. The most recent instance of such duplicity occurred in 1973 when the wizard Janice Thicky vanished, leaving only a hastily written note on the bedside table reading, "Oh no, a Lethifold's got me. I'm suffocating." I'll admit, it seems like more than just a coincidence. But if Grimm is the Barghest in this letter, then not only is he manipulating the calamity, he's got others doing the same. I thought we were off Grimm Folly for a second. Why are we talking about him again? There's something about this mask that fills me with dread, but I can't quite put my wand on it. Oh, Gareth! If this is what I think it is, you have a right to be nervous. Years ago, I stumbled upon information regarding an ancient... Stop it. Oh my God. Yes. He's saying, years ago, I stumbled upon information regarding an ancient cult of dark wizards and witches that used masks like this one. Oh, wait. You know what? We should do a comparison. In Hogwarts Legacy, in the trailer, there is a wizard, I think. He's a wizard. Who is wearing a mask that looks kind of like this one, and in my reaction video I was like, oh, a Death Eater, and someone in the comments was like, I don't think that's a Death Eater, it's like set in the late 1800s. Legends claim they were capable of transferring knowledge and power from generation to generation. Oh no, this thing is like, this is going deep. So for anyone who made fun of me for being so conspiracy oriented at the beginning, see, look at this crazy. He says, I thought it was a load of codswallop at the time, but now, given what we learned about the calamity and how one can manipulate it to snatch and implant memories, I'm not so sure. What is this game doing to me? It's like making me be like, you know, maybe Gigi isn't sus. I took my time. I could have recorded this yesterday. I could have placed things on Wednesday, but I took my time with this event because I am exhausted. October has really done a number on me, but also, guess what? We got news today. Darkness Unleashed, a surprise Halloween event. If you want the details for that, check out my latest video. Okay, am I ready for this? I don't know. I don't know if I'm ready for this. I've had a whole thing with Gareth Greengrass this event. Like, okay, let's just pause right here. Thinking about Gareth. All right, so you decide to tell Constance Pickering that Grimm, your protege who you had no idea that he was like up to no good or whatever nonsense you said before. Oh, who even knew that Grimm could do this or blah, 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 all this stuff. You were clearly setting Grimm up, but we're gonna ignore that for a second. Gareth is all like, hey, Grimm tried to provide a cursed quill to Harry Potter, and Constance in her Constance fashion, it's moments like these where I'm like, I don't know if Connie is, I think she actually might be clueless, where she's like, why have I never heard about that? You know, saying out loud what we're all thinking in our brains. And he's all like, oh, because I covered it up. And we're all just like, okay, like I said, arrest the dude. You're admitting to a cover-up and all this nonsense, and you're just like, well, I mean, Grimm's the bad guy anyway. We might as well go after him. Really? Really? Someone else also pointed out to me that the bar guest thing, having Connie be the person who makes the connection, is either like Constance as this like guiding narrator, which might make sense because she is the head of the Statute of Secrecy Task Force. She kind of leads us in particular directions as the story unfolds. She is basically like, she's that role and not anything more, possibly. If you have other theories, check out all your theories about Constance Pickering, because I feel like y'all have some really interesting ideas about that. Or it's that Connie's working with Gareth and decided to slip that in there as another subtle, like, oh, hey, maybe this is referring to Grimm. We'll see. We shall see, because now we're going to see the rest of the dialogue. Harry Potter says, as far as Nocturne Alley denizens go, Borgin always struck me as relatively harmless. His wares, on the other hand, were quite the opposite. He even stocked a cursed necklace that he advertised as having taken the lives of 19 muggles. So if y'all remember from when Harry with the flu powder doesn't do it right, ends up in Nocturne Alley and is just like hiding in a cabinet, and Borgin and Bergson overhears this conversation with Lucius Malfoy, which, by the way, the Malfoy family is, a little less featured in Wizards Unite than I hoped they would be. I mean, Draco, Astoria, Greengrass, come on, where are you? Why is Gareth not even talking about Astoria? If something like that were to fall into the wrong hands because of this surge, the consequences would be dire. Man, if we had like a dime every time Harry said that to us, the consequences are dire. Same thing with like, this is the worst surge we've seen yet. All right, bro. Honey? Thank Merlin, we finally managed to stamp out this surge. Oh, hold on a second. I won't go full cosplay this time, but you know. I was starting to worry this nightmare would never end. It is over, isn't it, Harry? Constance, why do you have to ask obvious questions? Clearly, there's more. Clearly, there's something else that's about to drop. I mean, it's true that we discovered someone else is manipulating the Calamity, but we put an end to that, ... Didn't we? No, Constance. In fact, I'm quite certain our troubles are only beginning. The Calamity feels more alive and dangerous than ever, and I suspect Lethifold and Barghest are responsible. Wait. Okay, so earlier I was thinking like, what if Lethifold and Barghest were like the Dark Witch and the Dark Wizard? But that would be bad, because that would be like, not, I was about to say like the Foundables are self-aware, but like something like that, there's something about them that is actually alive and has agency to be able to do something, like manipulate a chaotic magic. Oh my god. It's imperative we discover their true intentions and identities, including whether or not Barghest is really Grimm, before they set something in motion that can't be stopped. Oh my gosh, are we gonna have a dark Christmas? Oh no, oh no. Oh no, this feels like, okay, this is year 2. Year 2 is ramping up here. Well, we know that they communicate through the Calamity. Perhaps if they haven't caught on to us, we'll be able to intercept more of their letters and get some much needed answers. Give me a coded message! Harry says, I only hope those answers don't come too late. Oh man, that would suck. It's like the phase 2 is in motion and Connie runs up and is like, I have a message! Remember when I compared the Calamity to an oncoming storm? Well, the thunder's growing. deafening, and I fear a lightning strike is imminent. Y'all. Oh, that's it? No, please say more. Oh, no. And then the other thing I want to go back to is this ominous mask where it is on display in Borgin & Burke's. This mask, I'm pretty sure, I would have to double check on this. I'm pretty sure this mask is visible, and same thing with the hand. I think they're visible in the port key location when you go into Borgin & Burke's. I'm pretty sure. I feel like I would love for the port keys to more directly connect to the story because I feel like they're important in a story way. In the dialogue bit, we saw this thing, and that's when Gareth just also happens to just drop some information casually. Although, I guess to be fair, why would he bring this up before? But anyway, he's talking about an ancient cult and passing down power, and it just seems a little culty, I guess, cultish. But passing it down from generation to generation is really interesting. So when I first saw this mask, even though it's not quite exactly the same, one of the things that it reminded me of was the Hogwarts Legacy trailer, where you have this person wearing the mask walking up to what looks like perhaps an ancient tome or something. And so part of the storyline in Hogwarts Legacy is that you actually, you get this late acceptance letter to Hogwarts, and it's set in the late 1800s, and you actually are able to tap into and direct control, like channel ancient magic, which ancient magic is stuff that like we don't really know anything about, or we can't quite understand and recreate. And so there is a lot of like depth and history in the context of the wizarding world, but to me it seems that this could potentially have really, really deep roots. Like maybe it's not Voldemort, and I know other people in the underground Discord server, I think Nicole brought this up, but thinking about Grindelwald and like, did his followers end up using masks, or is it connected to Hogwarts Legacy? There's another scene in the trailer where you are literally dueling with a wizard, I'm assuming a dark wizard because they're wearing a mask, and it has like a similar, it's more like of an animal looking skull. So I feel like these things are connected. So if we have like late 1800s, perhaps like if we're thinking about Grindelwald in early 1900s, and then we also have Voldemort, like, I don't know. Do y'all think that could be connected? One of my favorites is looking at, so this brilliant dark wizard. Dark wizards sought power through forbidden dark magic. Realizing their goals aligned, many allied themselves with Voldemort's cause. So actually that is a good point, because it could be that there were a like faction or segment of dark witches and wizards who just like, hey, interest convergence, Voldy, you want this like pure blood supremacy, we're using dark magic, why don't we like join forces? So maybe their goal is not to resurrect Voldemort if it happens to be this group of dark witches and wizards that just happened to align themselves with Voldy, but maybe had other missions and goals. Like, oh gosh, I don't even want to know. His defeat at the Battle of Hogwarts forced many dark wizards underground, where rumors have it that they continue to plot and scheme. I already said this, I've said that, I'm gonna say this as much as I can. The underground is not a place where we have dark witches and wizards. I mean, possibly, maybe y'all haven't revealed yourselves to me yet, but join us in the underground if you got some theories. In the Dark Witch, again, we're talking about Voldemort, the fall during the Second Wizarding War, and that people, so either were imprisoned or went into hiding. And we had this last time with this, oh my god, I even forgot about last time. The poachers had their memories wiped. There is something really, really, really bad going on. And what is worrisome is that perhaps during the first year of the Calamity actually was intended as a distraction for all these dark witches and wizards to, like, maybe the plot is already in motion. What if they already started carrying it out and the Calamity distracted us for over a year? And it's not until now that Harry's like, uh-oh, bad things are brewing here. Bad things are about to happen. He's over here like Trelawney making some prophecies here. Yeah, who do y'all think Lethifold and Barghest are? I mean, I had that whole, if you have Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, you'll see the entry for Lethifold, or you can look online and look at the different wikis or information that's available about Lethifold. And Barghest is actually connected to a real thing, which I find interesting because like that happens a lot in the wizarding world, right? So we're connecting to Muggle like stories and fairy tales and all of that, and it's just really interesting because of course we have witches and wizards who we all live in the Muggle world and to varying degrees interact with Muggles. So I don't know. I'm not sure what November will bring. I guess I was, not surprised that this whole month was about darkness. It's not surprising that we have these dark witches and wizards out, but we're getting really deep into something that's super sinister, and that makes me nervous for Christmas. Like I said, Christmas, we're supposed to be happy, but it's gonna be, I think, horrible. I think that some bad things are gonna happen at Christmas time. We'll see. When everyone is just like trying to spread joy and is caught off guard and bam, something happens with the calamity. Or it might happen next month. I have no idea, honestly. But let me know in the comments down below if you have any theories or thoughts, because there was so much in this dialogue of what we're reading and the descriptions and all of that that I feel like combining this event with the part one, I can't quite wrap my brain around everything, but it seems that there might be other people controlling the calamity, and that is obviously bad. Harry has this new sixth sense where he's like able to sense different things. And yeah, do you think that we're gonna get more? I mean, we've been getting messages now for a few events, but if we're actually going to get things, this was one that was supposedly a coded message. I mean, I would love that as a Christmas gift. More coded messages, please. Please, everybody Wizards Unite team. I know quite a few friends who would love to decode some messages, or at least just, participate in the fun of theorizing. Thanks so much for watching, and until next time, Wands ready.